Morning everyone. When I started filming this video, I didn't really intend for it to be a video about dahlias, but that's what it's ended up being. But there will be lots of snippets that are put in that haven't got anything to do with dahlias, because that's what I was originally filming, and I didn't want to leave it out. But the reason this video is now about dahlias is because, like many other growers this year, my dahlias have had it. I stored them how I've always stored them, in a dry place where you'd think it would be frost free. But I think what happened this year is when the dahlias were lifted, they were retaining quite a lot of moisture, and then we had a cold spell really quickly thereafter, and they hadn't had a chance to dry out at all, and I think that's what went wrong. It's a bit heartbreaking because, well, I've spent 7 years sort of building up my collection of dahlias, and they're quite an expensive investment, and you take cuttings from the ones you really like, and then perhaps the ones that aren't so good you don't worry about so much. But to give you the lowdown of what I lost, and I will put pictures in here, I lost a very nice dahlia, Bracken Ballerina, really soft pale pink. I really liked that one. That's one I am disappointed about. I also lost one called Cameo, and although I really like the colour and the form of this dahlia, I did find that actually the stems were not very thick and sturdy, and because it had quite a large head, I didn't actually find it great to work with. So although it's disappointing, that one I'm not so worried about. Then I lost a dahlia, Clearview Order. That was a really nice cactus dahlia, and I did use it a lot, but actually I found the pink wasn't quite the right pink to work with some of the other pink dahlias I had. This is the thing, when you're buying dahlias online, you are working from photographs, and if you look in images, say on a Google search, some of them don't even look like the same dahlia, so it is a tricky one. Then Clearview Daniel, which I'd ordered thinking it was a really pale yellow, but actually it was really vivid yellow. So I'm not so disappointed about that one either, because I couldn't really use it. It was just too yellow. This was a lovely colour, and I expect if you guys see this online, you'll think, wow, Holly Hill Serenity. But a bit like the Cameo, had really quite a large flower, and the stems just didn't seem to be able to support it. So although I love the colour of that one, it wasn't really fit for purpose. Now this one was a real workhorse for cut flowers. I mean, if you want, I think I entered this one, I'll try and find pictures. I think I entered this one in one of my local produce fairs. Megan Dean, really strong stems, really prolific producer. So that's one I do recommend. I also lost Pearl of Hempstead, really nice dahlia, really good for cutting, quite prolific. This was awesome, and I will have to replace this. And that Rosemary Dawn, okay, absolutely fantastic dahlia, really prolific, really nice stems, just a lovely little size, so it really fits in a bouquet well. So I'm definitely going to replace that one. Likewise, just Rosemary Blush, really pale, subtle pink, really lovely tones. Definitely will be replacing that one. Westerton Ella Grace. I found this one really brilliant, but you know, sometimes the flowers are a bit flat against the stem. I found this one to be a little bit like that, so although I love the colour and the form, I don't think I'll worry too much about that one. Sam Hopkins, fantastic dark dahlia, really love that. I think I prefer Karma Choc. I lost a lot of Karma Choc. I've done lots of cuttings over the year. I think the reason I prefer Karma Choc is just I found it just had an abundance, more flowers than Sam Hopkins, but the colour of both of them is fantastically dark. I also lost Brown Sugar, which is a lovely, lovely dahlia. Quite upset about that one. I remember when I tried to reorder Brown Sugar before, I got a replacement because the stock had failed, and I got Zunder Mystery Fox. I'm really glad I got introduced to that dahlia because that was my workhorse last year. I definitely got more dahlias off of the Zunder Mystery Fox tubers than any others. So that's one to add to your list. And this is one which I can't find it very easily on the sites that I tend to be buying from. I think I have to buy it individually, and I don't know if I will replace it. But Rawhide, just lovely apricotty colours and tones. And then completely different colour palette now. I lost a lot of Dahlia Bluebell, and a big favourite for everybody, Cafe au Lait. Which for me, the Cafe au Lait probably is a bit too big for me to work with, so I don't know if I'll be replacing that. So what am I going to grow this year? Well, I'd already placed an order in October, because what I try and do is add new varieties each year to work with. So this order had already been paid for. So I've not grown these dahlias before. If you have, in the comments, please let me know what they're like, if you think I've made a good choice or a bad choice. So the first one I'm going to try is Newland's Josephine. So we'll give that one a go. I haven't got pictures here or descriptions, so I can't even remember what it looks like, but I'll put the picture there. And then Rycroft Blackberry. Amy Cave. This is a colour I've not really worked with before, so this will be interesting. I've not really ever had any red dahlias, so whether or not I like that one, who knows. Then Jemanda and Rycroft Jill, La Corbière, forgive me if I pronounced that wrong. And this one I've heard good things about as a cut flower, but again, this is one of the ones online where the colours all look really different. But Pulverton Christabel. So that they were going to be new ones I was going to try this year. So I've only ordered one of each of those, because the idea is if I like them, I take cuttings the following year, and if I don't like them, I ditch them. So we'll have to wait and see what I think of those. And then now this is the order I'm going to place now as a part replacement for all the ones I've lost. It's never going to replace all the tubers I lost, because it's going to be such small quantities. But over the years, hopefully if I store them better, which I have plans now to store them at my parents' property, they've got a wood boiler, and they've got lots of these little rooms adjoining it which are very dry and very insulated, so I'm hoping this will never happen again. So the new order, and these are all completely new dahlias to me. I'm taking a risk here. I could have replaced the dahlias for ones I've used before and liked, but I'm going to think of this as an opportunity to try something new. So I'm trying to look at this positively rather than thinking about what I've lost. Let's move forward, try some new dahlias, and see what they're like next year. So I've ordered Yellow Jill. That's got almost like a winey coloured centre, and it's a bit of a yellow dahlia. I'm hoping it's not a bright yellow, I'm hoping it's pale. Then I like a few different shapes and forms, so I've gone for a cactus dahlia. and I've gone for Ambition, so that's quite a purpley colour, because I did used to like to have purple and bluebell to work with. And obviously I lost the cactus because I lost Clearview Audrey, so this is almost replacing 2 dahlias with 1 here. Then this is one I've seen lots of on Instagram, and it seems really popular, is Creme de Cassis. Again, if I haven't pronounced that right, sorry for that. So I've got good high hopes for that one. And whether or not this is going to be as good as Undead Mystery Fox and Brown Sugar, but again, it's a very popular one. I've gone for Cornell Bonds. If I'm making a mistake, who knows? But that's what we're going to have next year. And then just because I love the Karma series, so I love Karma Choc, I've gone for a Karma Dahlia, but I haven't gone for Karma Choc. And again, this might be outside my comfort zone. I've gone for a red, and I've gone for Karma Naomi. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can work with that. Years ago, I had a red dahlia called Red Runner, which I really liked, and I did, I don't know why when I lost that dahlia, I think that was gall, and I hadn't taken any cuttings. But anyway, we're going to try a red and see how we get on. And then Wine Eye Jill, I think I really like the look of this one a lot. And I'm growing some things that I think will go really well with that. I've got the Amaranthus. I know lots of people like Ushberg, but I like Red Army. I think that will fit really well. Dorcas, some straw flowers, which is called a purple, but they're more of a burgundy really. I'll try and put the variety. I grew those last year. The Phlox Cherry Caramel, I think that will go well. And Lismachia. I've got the white and I've got the burgundy Lismachia as well. So again, I think that will go really well. If I'm right, it'll be brilliant. If I'm wrong, I'm sure we'll work around it. And then the last one is going to be Joey Joshua. But yeah, if you've grown any of these or you know anything about them, let me know if you think they're good choices. I am going to replace the Rosemary Dawn, which I lost, and I'm hoping the Rosemary Blush had a couple of little tubers had fallen off of it and I put them somewhere else, and I went and looked this morning and one of them looked okay and it had an eye. So I'm hoping to be able to grow the Rosemary Blush, and I think that's the only little bit I've got left. And if I really miss the dahlias that I've lost, then the year after, I will look to replace those. But it's quite a lot of money to outlay to replace them all. And I think so. I'd already done the October order, so that we can't, complain about that because I'd already made it. But I'm replacing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'd lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'd lost 17 and I'm replacing 7, so it will save me some money. Okay, I hope you were interested in my little dahlia snippet. Now I'll go ahead and add on all the clips of the other things I've been up to this weekend. Hello everyone, welcome to this week's video. I'm afraid there's really not been very much progress this week, mainly to do with the weather. The ground's been very hard, so there's only been specific times of day where I've been able to dig. In fact, I'm going to show you how dry it is, because in the last video I was splashing around in water, so it's amazing what a difference a week can make. Okay, so this is the ground where I was squelching and splashing in water, and although you can feel it is still a bit squidgy, there's no surface water on it at all. When you look at the beds, they had puddles in when I showed them to you last. You can see, look, no water in the turfs, Wow, it is amazing. So, you know, although the soil here is quite heavy, it will drain eventually. A job that I thought was going to be tedious, which was taking all the staples out of this fence, I actually got my act together. I came out and did it. So all the staples are out. And do you know what? It was not as much of a pain as I thought it was going to be. They actually came out fairly easily. And okay, so these are the two end beds near the hedge, which will be the low tunnels, and you can see that they've now got sides. The sides are just going to be to fasten the water pipe to make my hoops. They're not for any other reason, and none of the other beds will have wooden sides. These bits of pipe aren't the right length or anything. I was just sort of getting an idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fix them on the outside of the timber with some brackets, which I've ordered and haven't arrived yet, so I can't quite get on with that job yet, but hopefully I'll be able to get on with it fairly soon. So that's looking quite good. Then the other thing I've been doing is just carrying on with the beds here. So you can see progress is being made slowly. So I've started the last bed here where the line is. I just need to do it, and then I'll start work on the shrub and composting area in the middle here. We'll see. So I've not got a huge amount done this weekend, but I thought I'd give you a little update anyway. I'll see you in next week's video, which hopefully will be doing these low tunnels, but who knows, it might be something else. It's all weather dependent and materials dependent. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.